For the past 3 decades, the Singaporean government has always been focusing solely on the economic and financial betterment of the state. Today, Singaporean citizens enjoy a first-world living environment, where we have a comprehensive public transport system and one of the best healthcare systems in the world. Our first-world living environment is also evident through our sound policies, such as our housing policy, which has enabled more than 90% of Singaporeans to own a house of their own. However, despite this good governance, there seems to be a lack of national identity, where Singaporeans are simply stereotyped as
Singaporeans love to win all games. Cannot win, then we complain. Why say we insult English? Actually, it's called Singlish.
It's English lah.
Education, we are obsessed. Go to work and be the best. Day and night, we love to shop. Shop and shop until we drop. Chili crab and chicken rice. Everybody say quite nice. Roti, prata, cai tao kueh. One all them we call buffet. We love food, we create, we are unique, we are great. With fighting spirit and unity, we form our own identity.
Stellen Sie sich vor, Sie müssten jedes Mal Fieber messen lassen, bevor Sie in ein Geschäft gehen. Klingt kurios, ist aber Alltag in Singapur. Ja, diese und andere Kuriositäten aus dem Land im Fernasien zeigen wir jetzt.
Ja, die Asiaten. Egal was passiert, sie lächeln immer, essen die ekligsten Sachen und wohnen anscheinend alle gern sehr nah beieinander.
Such stereotypes of Singaporeans are usually mistaken to be facets of the Singaporean identity by both foreigners and Singaporeans. Are we really building our identity through this fighting spirit and unity? Are we defined by our paternalistic government as a very controlled, reclusive Asian community in the Far East? Through this documentary, I am going to attempt to answer these questions by answering one main question: what truly makes a Singaporean? After Singapore gained self-governance in 1959, the country was struggling to reorientate itself as a new nation. There are many obstacles to be overcome. With the country's small land size, the country was very dependent on sea trade to survive. 550,000 people lived in slums, and the living conditions of people on the whole were poor. Given the mammoth task of having to shoulder the burden of economic progress and social well-being of the people, the government chose to focus on other aspects not related to the less pressing issue of identity.
Nothing can stop emotions that run down the sides of your face.
You see, the whole of my adult life I have believed in Malaysia, merger and the unity of these two territories. As a people connected by geography, economics, and ties of kinship, will you mind if we stop for a while?
I am nobody's stooge. I am not here to play somebody else's game. I have a few million people's lives to account for. And Singapore will survive.
Singapore's financial and economic success preceded the development of nationalism rather than emerging as its political consequence. As Karam's mentor Lee Kuan Yew would say, "We survived, later we prospered." How did it happen? The basic attributes of nationhood were missing. We were groups of diverse and different peoples. We had no common past. We had no common language, culture, or religion. We did not have the social glue to hold together as a nation.
Somewhere in the late 70s, early 80s, we were trying to be number one. That was part of the survival instinct, and then the survival instinct went on to desperately wanting to be the best. Yeah, we were world number one port, world number one airport and all that. And that kind of setting.
When you do something well for decades, everybody says, hey, don't rock the boat. This is fantastic. Let's all jump on board. Just keep going. People know what they're talking about. We listen to the official voices because they've led us, in a very successful, amazingly successful, a world-famous kind of success story. So who wants to rock the boat? Who wants to be the first individual to say, I think my family is going to be different. I'm going to raise my family different, and my children are going to be different. They're going to contribute to society in a different kind of way. Who has the guts to be that first person?
Mr. Lee's speech articulated a pressing need to create a sense of national pride and identity among the newly dubbed Singaporeans.
Why I came to Singapore is I like Singapore so much, especially the Singapore system, and that their country is very safe, and that they don't have any discrimination in religion.
Because all the Singaporeans is more compared to others they are more helping to the outsiders.
Through my friends, so I have known that there is the Singaporean community have this type of cultural fair. So not only Myanmar, some other countries are invited also. So we have our chance to show our country protest. We promote our country cultural, let's say the costume and any Burmese products. Yeah. At this moment, it's not much chance for this grassroots job, but I'm very keen to do. So my future, I will do for this grassroots issue. How to help to the people, how to help in the volunteer job in hospital or so many things to help in Singapore.
If you want to participate, whatever we can contribute to the grassroots, I think so.
I came to Singapore 1995. My life started from the PSA, Port of Singapore Authority. I upgrade myself, and I get now the Singapore permanent resident. Finally, I decided to buy a house at the Sembawang, this place. Got a lot that can see resources, and the place also very quiet, and the people very helpful. And I'm no need to look for the community. Community come to my house and asking me how's the place and any feedback, and how's the neighbor. Because Singapore is not only our country people, everybody like.
About this community grassroots issue, so I want them to extend not only for doing for the Singapore citizen, can extend to so many races, so many religions. So not only Myanmar, Philippines, Indonesia, so many they can extend for it. And the view is that I want them to appoint the Burmese something leader like that. So let's say that near this 5 blocks, who's the citizen, they can find out from the list. So just choose this person. She or he has to do voluntarily, have to attract the Burmese people to involve it.
I came to Singapore in 1996. In that time, I have no feeling about Singapore. I just want to follow to my husband, because after 1 week of marriage, he went to Singapore. Then I'm very sad. Whenever the community have culture fair or whatever, then I try to help them.
Just support.
Yeah, support, because especially my daughter very interested in dancing.
Most friends I got Chinese and Indian only. I like Singapore because I got a lot chance to improve myself.
Because I'm born in Singapore, I have a lot of friends here. The city is clean and green.
My teachers are always
kind to me. Sometimes in art work, if I draw a very nice picture, my friend always asks me how to draw this, how to draw that. So I love Singapore very much because it has a lot of swimming pools, Sentosa.
Playground. Friends here, she very like playground. Whenever she want to go playground anytime.
Close to my heart, and no matter where I am, I will always know where I belong.
Singapore must be one of the few places in the world where a statutory board satisfactorily completed everything it set out to do in its first 5-year plan. Yet this is what the Housing and Development Board has succeeded in doing, and the evidence of their success stands eloquently in all parts of Singapore for all to see. In 1960, the first year of the Housing Board, the first 5-year plan was drawn up, calling for the building of 51,031 housing units by the end of 1965. And by the middle of 1965, the target had been exceeded. Well over 400,000 people, a quarter of Singapore's population, has been rehoused in the last 5 years in these bright, modern, airy flats. Nowhere in the world, except in Russia and West Germany, is the rate of rehousing faster than in Singapore. As part of the board's celebrations to mark the completion of the first 5-year program and the solving of the housing shortage, an exhibition was held on the site of the former Outram jail. Plans and models were on display illustrating the board's new projects for the next 5 years. By far the most stimulating and exciting is the far-reaching scheme to rebuild a new city on the site of the old dilapidated buildings and unhealthy slums. This is how the new Singapore will look. Multi-story blocks of apartment houses, commercial houses, restaurants, hotels, theatres, shopping centres and markets. Roads planned so that traffic can flow smoothly even when the number of cars and lorries has increased 4-fold. As Prime Minister Mr. Lee Kuan Yew said, "The people of Singapore demand high standards."
Policy